Jim Stevens and Ben Mason back with you for a semifinal match in men's doubles here in the finals area on tables number 1 and 2. The winner of this one will face Yannick Correa and Carlos de Silva, who performed so well in their semifinal match. This is going to be the French team of Miguel dos Santos and his father, Hervé DOS SANTOS, against a very strong Austrian team of Kevin HUNDSTORFER and Andreas ESTERBAUER. And you can see that both of these teams have defeated some strong opponents getting to this position, Ben Mason.
Yeah, they certainly have. And for me, the dos Santos team have done a great job in the game previous to this, where they really swept aside Ryan Moore and Tom Yor, two of the one of the favoured pairs before the event started.
Going up against another favoured pair here, the very strong Austrian team of Kevin HUNDSTORFER and Andreas ESTERBAUER. Of course, HUNDSTORFER won the men's singles title here last night. Andreas ESTERBAUER was in the finals last year in men's singles and is a Leonhardt World Champion in both open doubles and pro doubles.
Good match.
But Miguel dos Santos, his father Hervé DOS SANTOS, just have a certain chemistry with each other, almost as if they're related. And of course they are, father and son. Going to start things on the Bonzini table, the home table of the French pair, the Dos Santos family. And then we'll move to Garlando, of course, the big table in Austria, and the home table of HUNDSTORFER and ESTERBAUER. And we are underway. Starting things off here on the Bonzini table. Hervé DOS SANTOS puts that one on goal. And it's rebounded by ESTERBAUER, who played the forward position to win 2 World Championship titles this year. Playing the goalie position here for the man that is generally considered as the best Garlando player, the best Austrian player in the world, and certainly now one of the best all-around players in the world. You have to put Kevin HUNDSTORFER up there now, I think, and probably the top 5 or so all-around players in the world. Yeah,
and we see there as Miguel dos Santos just gets their team going now. They're on the scoreboard, and they've got to really do it for me here on their Bonzini table.
Oh, look at that as he cut that one back between the defenders of ESTERBAUER. Andreas likes to wear the earbuds.
I think to win against HUNDSTORFER and ESTERBAUER on Garlando would be extremely tough. I think for me, they're possibly the best doubles team in the world on that table.
Great Bonzini team, great Garlando team. And the winner of this one, of course, would face Yannick Correa and Carlos de Silva. If the French team wins, it would be an all Bonzini final. This is ESTERBAUER. Now, we saw last night in his performance on the Bonzini table that Kevin HUNDSTORFER is very good on this table.
Yeah.
Not had a chance to see a lot of Andreas ESTERBAUER competing on the French style table, the Bonzini.
No, but we've seen Kevin HUNDSTORFER, and he's shooting really well again. Yeah, he's not shooting his snake. He's very comfortable shooting his snake in the Garlando. So as you see here, he executes a nice.
Goes with that rolling pull shot to the long hole. It's 1-1. Of course, the Austrians all very good at the moving style of 3-rod offense, the tic-tac, or in this case, a moving pull shot, something they've been doing for many years in that country.
Yeah, we saw him at SDS execute several different shots from that 3-bar, and I expect we'll see it again today.
Dos Santos, of course, a pure pin shooter, and again, hitting that same hole as he cut that one back. If something's working, stick with it. That's 2 of those. It's 2-1. Go. 2-1 lead early on in the semi-final match in favor of Miguel and Hervé DOS SANTOS. Kevin HUNDSTORFER just playing with such maturity. Set up the pull shot. Doesn't get a great set, but really don't need one on the Bonzini table. That shot attempt went wide of the goal, then hopped up into the air and off the table.
Let's go.
Watch this, Kevin. Not a great set, went wide, and then went off the table.
Rushed himself a little bit there, Jim. I think that's the key here. He's got to take his time.
Now let's see what Dos Santos does here. Miguel will set it up and quickly fire it home.
Another split there, Jim.
I'm sure he meant to do it. I think he looked across and apologized to Andreas. But it's now 3-1. Pass along the near wall by HUNDSTORFER, picked up by Hervé DOS SANTOS. So as you would kind of expect, Miguel and Hervé DOS SANTOS have come out to get 3 of the first 4 and really have established themselves on their home table, the Bonzini. Kevin does get a pretty good set here. Of course, the full shoulders are always looking at the split, and of course, Hervé DOS SANTOS understands that. Blocks it and takes it away. Sends this one down the middle, hustled after by his son Miguel, who digs it out on the 3-rod. Miguel 3 for 3 shooting the ball so far. And doesn't get a whole lot behind this effort. It's taken away by Andreas ESTERBAUER.
One of the things to look out for here, guys, is the relationship.
Quick set near side. He's 4 for 5. It is 4-1.
It's the relationship between father and son here. And when Hervé knows to pass to Miguel, it's instinctive. There's no communication. It's just known between the two.
That's really a nice quality to have with any team. Oftentimes these days there'll be players who compete with many different partners, and you don't get that kind of relationship. Certainly Tom Yor and Ryan Moore did not have that earlier on. HUNDSTORFER and ESTERBAUER, I don't believe, have competed with each other on a great number of occasions. But they certainly, that is one of the strengths of the team on your right, is their ability to play as a team. Hervé puts that one on goal. Miguel with a rebound. He's 4 for 5 shooting, and he's looking to put away game number 1 right here. And he does. Great performance in the opening game from Miguel DOS SANTOS, and the French team win on their home table. Move across the arena over to the Garlando table. Look how deep he gets this one. Look at that, all the way out there to the back of the goal.
Yeah, so for me, looking at that first game, it went as I would have expected. DOS SANTOS got the win. But what I want people to look at now, and this is where I think Hervé is going to step up and Hervé becomes more important, is Hervé has this ability to score a goal at a time when it's really needed. So they might find themselves down 3-1 and Hervé will come in with a goal. So I would expect the Austrian pair of HUNDSTORFER and ESTERBAUER to win this match. But let's pay careful attention to the French defender. Let's see if he can bring up that big goal, which he's becoming sort of quite famous for.
Of course, you mean this game, and I too agree. I think the Austrians probably are going to hold serve, and I imagine we're going to go to a 5th game eventually, because both teams are just so strong on their home table.
I think it can only go to a 5th game, really, with the strength they each possess on their own table.
Yeah, this is an extremely strong Garlando team, as good as you're going to find.
We're ready.
8-0 in favor of DOS SANTOS and DOS SANTOS.
Let's go.
Here we go. Second game underway on the Garlando table. Kevin HUNDSTORFER, the world champion in singles on the Garlando table, and of course now the all-around world champion. Right now, Kevin HUNDSTORFER is the best player in the world, and Miguel DOS SANTOS with a pass angles into the goal. I mean, I make that statement that Kevin HUNDSTORFER is the best player in the world, but right now, how can you really argue with that? He wins here last night. An opportunity to reach the finals here. If he was to double here this weekend, which is a possibility, how can you deny that right now, as we speak, he's the world's best? Yeah. HUNDSTORFER's shot attempt.
How many times do we see HUNDSTORFER go for a very tight middle or a very short shot first up, just to keep the defender honest?
Get him off the corners. Whether he makes it or not is almost irrelevant. He lets the opponent know that he can and is willing to do it. That opens up the corners, and Kevin extremely strong with both corners. Shot down the middle by ESTERBAUER.
Have a look at this, folks. ESTERBAUER is so strong out the back. He hits that 2-bar shot extremely fast.
And so many of the Austrians do. It's a great shooting table from the 2-row. And there you see, off the man, but into the goal.
Go.
When you hit the ball at that much pace, it generates so much topspin, the ball does keep going forward even when it touches a man.
Pass along the wall, nicely performed by DOS SANTOS. Our first opportunity to see Miguel on the Garlando table here this weekend, and so far he's looking pretty good.
It's a dirty ball there, Jim. I think that needs cleaning.
And DOS SANTOS is going to go ahead and use a timeout.
I'm surprised neither the referees have picked up on this, or any of the players, because that ball's got a big black line of grease on it.
15 seconds.
Referees for the match, is that Philip Kubianovic?
Yeah, and Gilles Bloch from Belgium is timing.
Gilles Bloch.
5 seconds.
One of the characters in table soccer, 2 of the characters actually, those 2 gentlemen right there.
Anytime you go to a disco, you'll be sure to find those 2 dancing.
Oftentimes together. Here we go. Putting it back into play as Dos Santos has it taken away by ESTERBAUER. 1-1 here in game number 2. Another shot on goal here. Rebound comes back down the table to Miguel. Miguel with a quick set near side. Doesn't look nearly as confident shooting the ball, of course, on the Orlando table.
Or passing.
Stolen away by HUNDSTORFER. However, it is still 1-1 here in game number 2. And Kevin, the shot attempt blocked up into the air and off the table. Watch this. Hervé has proven himself to be an outstanding defender on whatever table he's playing on. And another block here.
Just gets a tiny piece of it that's enough to take it out of the table for him.
Hervé can't hold on to this. Rolls under his man with a quick set spinner to the far side. It's 2-1. Of course, that does not go around a full 365 degrees. Or does it?
It's a difficult one. I can't believe no one complained.
You know, that goal is rarely made on that kind of a shot. It was awfully close, put it there. This one picked up by Dos Santos. Miguel, quick shot near side. Sent the other way by ESTERBAUER. It's 2-1 in favor of the Austrians on their home table. Andreas ESTERBAUER. He and his partner Tom Vandekotter won both singles and doubles on the Leonhardt table at the World Championships in Medebach, Germany earlier this year.
Yeah, they become good friends, ESTERBAUER and Vandekotter. Spend a lot of time together, and they sort of become a regular pair on the European scene.
Of course, they cannot compete together here because they are from different countries. Vandekotter, of course, from Belgium. Hervé with a shot just wide of the goal. Beautiful pass through the lane. That's that good, stiff lane pass that HUNDSTORFER likes to use. He does it as well as anybody. Quick shot far side, and again, the steady goalie from France. Hervé DOS SANTOS takes it away. ESTERBAUER
Really,
back towards him.
Really tries to crank that ball, doesn't he? Gets it out there, hits it hard. Yeah.
Stop. Did you see who hit?
That one spun away.
Red 3.
See, I think they're going to make a call here. I think they're going to award that ball back to the free rod of HUNDSTORFER.
Let's go.
Yeah.
In fact, it was spinning. Apparently, there was some movement on the far side.
Hervé did touch his chest and sort of apologized to Miguel, so I think Hervé might have made connection with the wall.
Distraction call was made. HUNDSTORFER's going to set it up in pull shot position. Ends up taken away. Kevin not pleased with that effort. However, it still remains 2-1 here in the second game in favor of the Austrians.
Let's see what Miguel can do here. He's been shooting slightly differently. If you look, he's using a real open-handed pin shot here.
And strokes it home to that far side. It's 2-2.
He shoots a close-handed on the Bonzi, but shooting open-handed here, which is a very different style.
Look at the grip that he used there. Ben Mason had his eye on that. Great shot by Dos Santos. Full palm roll to the far side. You're right. It's different than what he does on his home table. He has adapted nicely to the Orlando, and certainly on that last effort, utilized that particular ploy in fine fashion.
Hervé's such a clever defender. He showed Kevin the straight 3 or 4 times, and I think he fried Kevin's brain there, who then didn't know what to do.
ESTERBAUER takes it right back. Well, let's see if Kevin's brain becomes unfried here shortly. Generally, that's a temporary condition, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. As soon as you hit a really long pull kick, it goes away.
Remains 2-2 here in game number 2. Jim and Ben having some fun with you. Sitting high above the sidelines in this beautiful finals area. Kevin HUNDSTORFER. Quick set block by Hervé. HUNDSTORFER again. Rush pass of his is a thing of beauty. Trying to go back to the far side. Just little adjustment defensively there by Hervé. Ball spins back to Kevin, who is getting possessions. Eventually, you would think, would find an answer, and there it is, that quick set. Hervé disappointed that he allowed a goal. As we look at it again, you'll see Kevin gets it and goes with it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
3-2 lead for the Austrians, and that pass angled into the goal. It's 3-3. This is not intentional, folks. It's a pass that turns into a shot.
Oh, Esterbauer moved straight out of the way. If he'd stayed still, that was a block.
3-3 here in the second game. And right now, Miguel DOS SANTOS and Hervé DOS SANTOS in great position. And really, aren't they though? It's 4-3.
You've got to say to yourself here that they are favourites for the match with this.
Esterbauer gives up 2 in a row from the 5 row. That one off a man.
Moved out of the way again.
It's 4-3. And it's game point, an opportunity here for DOS SANTOS and DOS SANTOS to go up 2 games to nothing. And credit Hervé DOS SANTOS with great defense.
Hervé DOS SANTOS scores crucial goals at crucial times.
Hervé sends that one at an angle towards the goal, dug out by Esterbauer. Esterbauer produces a crucial goal, and he gets one as he strokes home that pull shot. Well, making up perhaps for a couple of goals that shouldn't have gone in. This one certainly should have, as he squares it off down to that short side. It's 4-4.
Big recovery there. 2 of our Russian colleagues.
Those aren't my colleagues.
Well, colleagues in the world of table football.
15 seconds.
4-4 here in the second game. Miguel DOS SANTOS, Hervé DOS SANTOS will have possession of the ball on their 5 rod.
5 seconds.
To steal a game on the Rolando table. We have not seen yet a typical Kevin HUNDSTORFER performance.
No, we've not seen that calm but forceful 5 bar and that dominating 3 yet. So let's see what happens. Miguel tic-tacking it along, chips it up to the lane.
And Miguel will set it up, looking for a second game win, trying to flip it over to that far side, taken away by Esterbauer.
Dead ball.
Ball's rolled dead here.
Let's go.
Filip Kubianovic, the official, helps to put it back into play for Esterbauer. Fires that one down the middle on goal.
Great save by Hervé there.
Done by Hervé. Hervé's shot attempt blocked by the 3 rod of HUNDSTORFER. It remains 4-4 here in the second game. It's 1 game to nothing in favor of DOS SANTOS and DOS SANTOS. Hervé shot down the middle, blocked up into the air and off the table.
Let's go.
Be put back into play by Andreas Esterbauer.
And you can tell, folks, where Jim and I sat, the intake of breath, the audience thought that had gone in.
Andreas, Andy, as he's known to his friends. Hands on that, Everett goes back along the mouth of the goal, and he's quickly going to call timeout.
Spannung, Spannung, huh? Erstes Tanz.
Those 2 gentlemen there. Goal away from stealing.
15 seconds.
Table and taking a 2 games to nothing lead. However, the ball is in the possession of Andreas Esterbauer.
5 seconds.
See it there, that one flying off the table.
No timeouts, 1 timeout left.
Esterbauer has scored 2 from the back in this game, so let's see what he can do here. Really could do with getting this goal in and taking it to a 3rd game.
Andreas Esterbauer putting it back into play, sweeping it down the middle, blocked it by Miguel, comes back to Esterbauer. Resets, sends that one along the outside wall, dug out by Hervé. Angling effort up the table. Miguel probably should have had that, couldn't grab it. Esterbauer has it, sends that one on goal. Hervé made the switch and the block just in time, or that one was in the back of the goal. Kevin tries to come along the wall. HUNDSTORFER successfully along the wall here, and he's got a chance to tie the match up at 1 game apiece, and he'll step away and call timeout.
Yeah, it's a good timeout. We talk about it a lot. You take timeouts for different reasons, and I think this is the reason for this timeout. He simply go away and collect his thoughts. He's not been passing the best he has. He's not been shooting the best he ever has. So he's bringing his compatriot, Andreas ESTERBAUER, up, who can play himself. He came second in the men's World Championship singles last year. So Andreas is a great forward in his own right. I think it's a clever switch. If Kevin's not feeling it, this is a good play.
I'm never a proponent of making a switch out of weakness, yet, as you say, ESTERBAUER, a quality forward. Why not give him a shot here? He's going to get one with an opportunity to tie the match up. Shooting the snake shot, Andreas ESTERBAUER. Tries to come down the middle, taken away by Hervé. Hervé DOS SANTOS. Shot down the middle, blocked back towards his goal. Picked up again. Set up again. Blocked by ESTERBAUER. The gentle pass up the table. Picked up on the 5-row by Miguel DOS SANTOS. Pass along the near wall. ESTERBAUER with the block, but he couldn't grab it. DOS SANTOS will look at the chip or look at the straight, or rather the lane. Tries to brush it down. Can't hold on to it. ESTERBAUER sticks the lane. Another chance for Andreas ESTERBAUER to tie this match up at a game apiece. Tries to come near side, and Hervé there again.
Yeah, Miguel's not having the best luck on his 5-bar. I might be a proponent here of him looking to use that left hook, because the way that ESTERBAUER and the way that HUNDSTORFER are shaping up, there's a large hole there. So it's certainly an option, and we know with the way the Garlando plays and the topspin you generate, it might ricochet into the goal.
Hervé DOS SANTOS really in his zone defensively right now, and a shot down the middle to the back of the goal by Kevin HUNDSTORFER from goalie. It's one game apiece. Big shot there. Here's Kevin with a great lateral speed. He's planting at dead center in the back of the goal. Maybe that'll start to get Kevin more focused in this match. And again, we have not seen a typical Kevin HUNDSTORFER performance so far, mates.
No, we haven't. Kevin's quite well known on the scene for being very intense, very methodical, very workmanlike. Gets the ball in his 5, works it across nice and slowly, passes it up with a great force, then takes his time with a 3-bar and does a very similar sort of process. Today he's been a little bit too quick for my liking, and his decision-making's not been quite as good.
So DOS SANTOS and DOS SANTOS won the first game 5-1. HUNDSTORFER and ESTERBAUER held on barely for a second game win on their home table, 5-4, as we move to game number 3 and we head back over to the Monzini table.
Interesting to see who's going to go up front. I think Kevin's decided he's going to play backs.
Interesting choice here on the Monzini table.
Let's go.
Miguel DOS SANTOS will put it into play, and he'll go up against the defensive 5-rod of Andreas ESTERBAUER, and here we go. Pass attempt stolen away by Andy. Quick shot attempt up into the air and off the table. Make a steal, you steal the ball. You really want to take your time. Let the defender think about it. Let you establish the fact that you have made a little mini momentum switch, and there's Hervé.
Crucial goals at crucial times. Hervé DOS SANTOS is an expert.
And that's really his favorite shot, too, where he kind of comes around the ball and then simply angles it up the table and into the goal.
Let's go.
You see the great French player Adel Youssoufi, his good friend Sébastien Meckes sitting next to him.
What a great back row of French players we got there. Julien Lebec, Maxime Blin, Sébastien Meckes, and Adel Youssoufi.
And of course, we'll see all of them competing tomorrow in the World Cup team event. And this time, Hervé has it blocked back into the goal. So he has scored one, and he has had one blocked into his goal. We're tied at 1. Watch here.
Unfortunate there, really, with it taking a ricochet off the wall, but nevertheless.
Here's DOS SANTOS, Miguel DOS SANTOS. Passing along the wall, stolen away by ESTERBAUER. Andreas ESTERBAUER tries to go along the wall once, twice, 3 times. That one blocked back towards the goal. Picked up by HUNDSTORFER, who fires that push kick just off the corner. Rebound comes back to ESTERBAUER.
4 times.
Hacking away at that wall, isn't it? I just get the sense DOS Santos is not going to give it to him. It's 5. This time through the lane. Finally making the adjustment. And he's going to shoot the pull shot.
Not getting the right set here, is he, Jim?
Comes for that shot with a near man, blocked by Hervé. Hervé does not give up any cheap goals, does he? He is just solid defensively back there. And that's a pass. Grabbed by ESTERBAUER. 1-1 here in game number 3. Tied up at a game apiece. So far, both teams have held on their home tables. This is HUNDSTORFER, who can be explosive from goal, as we saw at the tail end of that second game.
And he shot well yesterday as well.
ESTERBAUER picks it up, and he's going to call timeout. Let's see if Kevin's coming back up, and it does appear that he is.
Les Françaises face aux Autrichiennes depuis Johnman. Et maintenant,
10 seconds.
2 of the young ladies from the Swiss side there.
Time. Ready? First timer.
Yannick, our cameraman, really is an expert at picking up the ladies in the audience.
Kevin HUNDSTORFER puts the ball back into play and strokes down for his shot. And that one did go in. It's 2-1. The Austrians up 2-1 here in game number 3.
Let's go.
ESTERBAUER back up there in the forward position. HUNDSTORFER in possession now and puts it into the back of the goal. HUNDSTORFER nudging his partner, saying, come on, let's get him. This one, he just kind of got it and then quickly angled it short side. Hervé just couldn't get there in time. Didn't see it coming, didn't expect it. And the Austrians have surged ahead by scoring 3 of the first 4 on the Bonzini table here in game number 3. And ESTERBAUER steals it, sets it up, calls timeout, and will bring his powerful partner, Kevin HUNDSTORFER, back into that forward position with a chance to send his team into a 4-1 lead. Ben Mason.
4-1 lead on the Bonzini. It's a complete turnaround from where we were. We think we were at 4-4 on a Garlando, and they were staring down the barrel of a loaded gun. All of a sudden, they're about to load it themselves.
Five seconds.
Kevin HUNDSTORFER,
Second timer.
the world singles champion, returns to the forward position. Quick shot attempt blocked away, comes back to Kevin. And another block here by Hervé. Sent up the table. Kevin picks it off, picks it up, and brushes it through the lane. Sent off the back wall by Hervé. So far, Hervé DOS Santos with the only score for his team. Pinches off a pass here. Miguel got a little flat-footed, couldn't retrieve it. ESTERBAUER zigzags one up the table. Hervé DOS Santos again angles that one on goal. That's that same shot he scored earlier on, Mace.
Yeah, I just want to see a little bit more out of the French team with a bit more composure. I think they're playing a little bit too quick now. They're playing at a faster pace, which isn't their natural pace on this table.
HUNDSTORFER with a nice pass. Clock is ticking here. Tries to come with that shot with a near man, near side, taken away again by Hervé DOS Santos.
Kevin was well aware of the clock there, and I think that's why we saw the little quick effort on goal.
ESTERBAUER puts that one towards the goal. Rebound comes back to him. Remains 3-1 here in game 3. Austrians trying to steal one. Hervé keeps it out. Hervé doing all he can. Miguel DOS Santos has gone very quiet here in this third game on his home table. A table that he is one of the best players in the world. Not heard from him at all.
He's just not had much ball to him, is he? And you can't score if you don't get the ball. it's a great lesson here for you folks. No matter how good your 3-bar is and how well you shoot, if you're not going to get the ball, you're simply not going to win many matches.
Yeah, that really is the key to any table soccer game. Is most of the time the guy who gets the most possessions is going to win the game. And that pass attempt along the wall, it doesn't need a possession here. A fortunate effort. Hervé is still a bit perplexed with the performance of his son. It's now 3-2. This is a pass. And it hits off the wall, off his own man, and then ESTERBAUER circles it as it drops in.
Let's go.
Sometimes that's the touch of luck you need. Big swing point here. 3-3 and 4-2 are two very different scores.
This is Hervé DOS SANTOS, who angles that one on goal. He's put 4 or 5 on goal in this third game. Austrians surged ahead 3-1, and they've had a few opportunities to take it even farther than that, but have not capitalized on them yet. Miguel DOS SANTOS digs it out. Miguel can get something going here. Never got a piece of it. Kevin angles that one towards the goal. Neither 5-row very effective so far. Now the Bonzini is not a great table for passing.
This seems like a game of no one's raised their standard. They both come down together.
HUNDSTORFER able to grab this one. And setting it up in pull shot position and hammering it down the middle. It's game point here on the Bonzini table for the Austrian team. Watch here, Kevin again exploiting the split off that pull shot set, as every pull shooter should on the Bonzini table. Miguel DOS SANTOS still has he even had a 3-rod possession in this game? Maybe he doesn't need one, because there's another stab into the goal off the 5. It's now 4-3.
There's Dad's DOS SANTOS just saying, simply calm down, just relax, take your time. I think what he's trying to say to him is what we've said. He does sometimes favour that wall and he goes too quick to it. Maybe wait a few seconds.
Big crowd here at the Palais de Sport in Nantes, France, watching this semi-final match in men's doubles. The winner of this one will face Yannick Correa and Carlos de Silva in the men's doubles final, which will take place shortly after the conclusion of this match.
5 seconds.
It has not been a pretty performance from Miguel DOS SANTOS and Hervé DOS SANTOS in his third game.
Let's go.
A couple of fortunate efforts. Of course, Hervé did score early on. Quick pass along the wall, stolen away by Miguel. HUNDSTORFER able to block DOS SANTOS pass. And again, I asked the question, has Miguel had a shot in this game from the 3-rod?
I can't recall one. Hervé scored the first goal, and DOS SANTOS with 2 5-bar hacks or passes that went in.
Tic-tacking, Bonzini style, and again, can't catch the pass.
Yeah, it's all dried up there, isn't it? And he's usually so strong on the 5-bar.
Shot down the middle by ESTERBAUER on goal. Picked up by Hervé DOS SANTOS. Angled on goal again. He's put 5 or 6 of those. Stabbed towards the goal by Miguel.
When you think of the 2 great young French players, you've got Miguel and you've got Adele. Adele is a more prolific shooter and Miguel is better on the 5, but Miguel's 5 isn't quite as good today.
Again, drops the pass. That one kept out by Hervé. DOS SANTOS, Hervé DOS SANTOS has it blocked by HUNDSTORFER. Shot again on goal. Hervé doing everything he can do offensively.
Great block by Andreas there. Really, really good. Let's see what he does here.
Andreas with a full kick effort. Blocked back into the goal. It's 4-4. It has not been a pretty performance from the French pair. But somehow, some way, they are tied up at 4 here in this third game on their home table.
There you see a member of the French crowd really enjoying it.
Kevin HUNDSTORFER. Angling effort towards the goal, kept out by Hervé, but grabbed by Kevin, who's got a chance to win game number 3. It's a pretty good set here. Tries to go down the middle, and Hervé with the block. Kevin really rushed that shot. Maybe he didn't feel he had a lot of time remaining. Hervé sends that one wide of the goal, picked up by Miguel. And he's going to call timeout, and maybe we're going to see Hervé DOS SANTOS move to the forward position.
Während dem Spiel, wenn der Ball im Spiel ist, dann ist qualifiziert. Das soll Sie per Mikrofon sagen. Nach dem Spiel. 15 seconds. Five seconds. Time. No timeout.
Miguel DOS SANTOS steps back to the forward position.
Let's go.
He has possession of the ball on his 5-rod.
Yep.
And again, can't connect on the pass. Miguel DOS SANTOS is executing passes, just not executing catches. Andreas ESTERBAUER just trying to clear the zone, trying to get it into the hands of his partner if he can. HUNDSTORFER has had one shot in this third game to give his team a 2-1 lead. Another shot on goal, and
here we go.
Look at this. Miguel has possession of the ball on his 3-rod with a chance to win this third game.
1 from 1, is he? No.
ESTERBAUER with a block in the takeaway.
Wait.
And we have a stoppage in play.
Where's the guy?
What is this stoppage for?
You don't. Chill.
And they're going to discuss this. This is the referee, Filip
Wenn der Ball
Kubjanovic.
im Spiel ist. Dirk, das geht nicht. Das geht nicht.
I believe they're asking the crowd to not make noise during play.
Sorry. They have to be. Sorry, guys. Let's go.
In my experience, the more you ask a crowd to be quiet, the louder they get.
I'm not sure I agree with that call. Let's let the crowd get involved. I don't think it's interfering with play whatsoever. It is a sporting event after all. Here's Hervé. Still 4-4 here in the third game. And this remains just a huge ball. That one sent back the other way by ESTERBAUER after the block. And another opportunity here for Miguel. Miguel DOS SANTOS, if he scores it, look for the crowd to erupt. Dancing back and forth across the mouth of the goal and finds the hole down the middle somehow. The French survive on their home table. They now lead 2-1 as Miguel DOS SANTOS makes his one and only score from the 3-rod in that third game. They have surged ahead, however, we'll head back over to the Garlando table.
Yeah, that's
Chances are the Austrians are going to win this fourth game. We're going to head to a fifth and final game.
Yeah, and to be fair now, we've had both the French pair and the Austrian pair dig themselves out of a hole on their own table. So both players, both teams here, sorry, have shown they can play very well on each other's table. And I think if this goes to a fifth, it really is anybody's game.
Really an interesting third game. Absolutely not a piece of art, no question about it. Not a work of art, but somehow DOS SANTOS and DOS SANTOS were able to pull it out. They had one good shot to open it up from goal from Hervé and a good shot from Miguel to close it.
What I'd like to see here from HUNDSTORFER and ESTERBAUER is just for those guys to play their normal game. I feel they played a different style of game to how they usually would on the Garlando in the first game. And I want to see them now just play a nice, slow, compact, effective possession game. And that's what they're good at. They're good at being in possession. They don't need to play fast. They don't need to be clever or quick. They just do what they do best, which is pass and score.
5 seconds.
It'll once again be Kevin HUNDSTORFER and Andreas ESTERBAUER on the left side of your screen. DOS SANTOS and DOS SANTOS. Miguel and Hervé on the right as we open up game number 4. The previous game on the Garlando table was not a strong one for Kevin HUNDSTORFER. Neither of these great young forwards have been real compelling on their own table. Let's see what Kevin does here. He sets it up in snake shot position and hammers that near corner. It's 1-0. Looking at it again, leaving it open. Hervé guessing far side. Kevin went near. And that pass angled into the goal. How many times have we seen that from Miguel DOS SANTOS?
That's 4 for the match.
It's 1-1. And you got to put that on Andreas ESTERBAUER. He needs to stop these. Got to hustle after that shot. After that block, you have to. Pass along that near wall by HUNDSTORFER. Will set it up and look to go 2 for 2. Cuts to come near side here, and Hervé with a block. It's back to Kevin on the 5. Will dig it out and set it up. Quick set. Hervé is there. That shot just wide of the goal by Hervé. Andreas does keep this one out. And able to clear it. HUNDSTORFER picks it up and looks for the lead. And he fires that one back down the middle after faking to that far side when Kevin HUNDSTORFER, like every forward in the world, takes his time. He is going to be successful. Looking at it once again. Takes it out and then comes back with it.
Yeah, the longer you sit on the ball, the more holes you can see, the better your rhythm is. It's quite an easy sum to do. Time plus patience equal goals.
Back comes Dos Santos, hammering that far corner, and again showing you that open-handed grip, that palm roll. As he fired it to that far corner, it's 2-2. Watch the grip.
Let's go.
Kevin HUNDSTORFER able to rattle this pass through. This looked like Kevin had his eyes shut on that possession. Did we see what we thought we saw there? Miguel DOS SANTOS picks it up on his 3-rod. I'm Miguel, I'm thinking far corner. And he was, but so was Andreas ESTERBAUER, who takes it away. Still 2-2 here in the 4th game, a 2-1 lead for the Frenchman, Miguel and Hervé DOS SANTOS.
I'd like to see Miguel try and keep Andreas honest. I'd like him to see him fire a nice middle. Try and open those corners back up for himself.
Slicing effort on goal by Hervé. Picked up on the rebound by Miguel, who will step away and call timeout.
Troisième quatrième manche, je vous rappelle donc que les Français mènent 2 manches à l'une. Il faut 5 points pour remporter la manche et 3 manches gagnantes pour remporter le match.
15 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. First timeout.
Here we go, putting the ball back into play. As Miguel DOS SANTOS has it blocked and taken away by Kevin HUNDSTORFER, rather by Andreas ESTERBAUER. ESTERBAUER sends it up the table. DOS SANTOS can't connect on the pass. Pass along the outside wall by ESTERBAUER ends up in the hands, the left hand here of HUNDSTORFER. That one spins towards the goal. It has not been an artistic match by any stretch of the imagination. Shot down the middle by Hervé, who has probably been the best player in the match so far.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Jim. He's blocked really, really well throughout the game, and there have been basic errors made by the other 3.
HUNDSTORFER for the lead. Finds the hole down the middle. It's 3-2.
Kevin is starting to warm up, though. He's starting to settle into the match a little bit more now.
Looking at Kevin's grip, that's the traditional snake shot grip. And that's the traditional straight off that snake shot set. A 3-2 lead for the Austrians, trying to extend the match, go to a 5th and final game.
Rushed. Take your time.
ESTERBAUER fires that one down the table. This is Hervé. And that one right back into the goal. It's now 4-2. Does appear as though we will absolutely be heading to that 5th game where anything can happen. Shot down the middle. Kevin was in position, and the momentum of the shot simply carried it back into Hervé's goal.
Let's go.
Esterbauer. And there it is. So Andreas Esterbauer able to convert from goal. We're all tied up at 2 games apiece. We'll head over the Bonzini table for 1 ball, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, back and forth until somebody wins by 2 goals. This one off the man into the goal.
Almost identical to Andreas' first goal on the table.
Well, Ben Mason, we always enjoy a 5th game. Been somewhat of a flat effort by the 2 big-name forwards so far. Let's see if either of them or both of them can come up big here in this decisive 5th game. All that is at stake is a slot in the finals.
It's not a match that's gone the way of the greatest play or anyone who's played particularly well. It seems to be a match that's been rather more of a war of attrition. The ball has eventually gone in the goal. It's probably a mark of how well all the players know each other, how often they play against each other, and maybe a sense of occasion. But I'd like to see Andreas coming out here and giving it his best and helping Kevin by clearing the ball more and being alert to those loose balls. But also, I'd like to see Miguel sort of help his dad out. Hervé has been blocking and scoring and clearing really well, and Miguel's 5 has just not been what we're used to on the Bonzini. And I think for the Dos Santos family to win here, Miguel's 5 bar needs to light up.
1 ball, 2, 2, 2.
If it doesn't, they lose.
Yep.
That's just my feeling.
Let's go.
Can't disagree with that. Very nice assessment, packaged beautifully by my partner Ben Mason as we open up game number 5 with 1 ball on the Bonzini table. This is Esterbauer. And now Dos Santos able to take it away in an early game possession here for Miguel. Shot near side, Esterbauer with the switch in the block.
Really nice clearance there with the goalie rod.
That one up into the air and off the table. No score here in the 5th. The winner will face Yannick Correa, Carlos da Silva, in the men's doubles final. That one zigzagged towards the goal. Great save there by Esterbauer. And a steal here by Kevin HUNDSTORFER. First goal so important, especially for the Austrians if they could get it. But there is Hervé to make the block up into the air and off the table.
He's having the match of his life, isn't he, Hervé?
Let's go.
He has been consistently good throughout. Say that about the earlier match against Moore and Yor as well.
In our last live match, we had Carlos da Silva playing as goalie and was probably man of the match. And it really shows if you've got a great defender back there, then that can really make it for you.
And we gave Carlos da Silva the man of the match, despite the fact that I think Yannick Correa hit his last 7 or 8 shots in a row. But Carlos was sensational.
Not conceding a goal on your away table is a real feat.
Both teams hammering away, trying to strike first during this opening game.
Dead ball.
That ball's going to roll to a dead stop. Put back into play by Miguel dos Santos.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah.
Chipped up, and there's a quality pass from Miguel. It had been a while. Another opportunity here to get the first point of this 5th game, but not a real strong effort against Esterbauer, who takes it away. And fires it into the goal. Big play there by Andreas Esterbauer, who made several excellent saves and a couple of big blocks against the 3-rod during the course of that opening ball, and then puts it away. 1-0 lead for the Austrians, and we head over to their home table dance.
Yeah, I think that when you're 1-0 up from the opposition's table, then you've got a real good chance to go 3-0 up back, and that's the dream position.
Here's Hervé in possession of the ball. It's fifth game. It is 1-0 in favor of HUNDSTORFER and ESTERBAUER. That ball's going to roll to a stop. ESTERBAUER will put it back into play after the ready protocol. Strokes that one down the middle on goal. HUNDSTORFER with a great brush, great downhill pass. It's a little flick pass for that second man out instead. Shot down the middle by Hervé on goal, picked up by Miguel. Knocked down by Kevin and stolen away by HUNDSTORFER. The world singles champion sets it up and strokes it down the middle. It's 2-0.
And this is the Kevin we know, a very aggressive but very sensible shot.
Really gave you the impression he was going to a corner and then hammered it down the middle of the goal. It's 2-0. This is almost a must goal here for the French. ESTERBAUER strokes it down the middle, in and out. It's 3-0. What another great shot by Andreas ESTERBAUER, who has come up big in this fifth game. You see it here, hitting that far corner and having it pop out. 3-0 lead for Austria.
That's a really tough shot to make. That's a really nice long there.
Go.
Back on their home table, Miguel and Hervé DOS SANTOS are in trouble. Much to the dismay of this large, mostly French crowd. No matter what, the Austrians are going to go back to the Garlando table with an opportunity to win the match on their table.
It's just not happening. It's just not happening on the 5, is it?
Oh, what a time to lose your 5. ESTERBAUER has scored 2 of the 3 for Austria. HUNDSTORFER along the wall. Will set up the pull shot. And call timeout. It's a good call by Kevin.
Yeah, they're playing some very sensible table soccer here, and they're in that groove where they've got that confidence. They feel happy with what they're doing.
15 seconds.
Those two gentlemen there finding themselves
5 seconds.
in dire straits.
Is it worth letting Hervé go up front and pass?
Very well could be.
I think it has to be.
Right now he's going to stay back there and defend against the 3-rod of Kevin HUNDSTORFER, who puts it back into play, sets it up, and strokes it home. It's match point for the Austrians. An overwhelming performance here in game number 5, and they are just a goal away from the men's doubles final. Taken away here by HUNDSTORFER. Chance to win it for Kevin, and he'll use a second and final timeout.
Clever play. I can't emphasize enough to those watching how mature a head Kevin has on such young shoulders, and also you'll see later in the final with Yannick Correa.
15 seconds.
2 young men, very talented, both with very mature heads, very sensible table football brains.
It really is shaping up as a
5 seconds.
captivating
No
final.
time on set.
Yeah.
It really should be a good one.
Again, to be played in the Bonzini and the Garlando.
If Kevin HUNDSTORFER and Andreas ESTERBAUER can get one more. As Kevin puts it back into play. Stubs it, gets it back, clock is still running. Quick push kick wide of the goal. That's forced into doing something he really didn't want to do. Couldn't get the good pull shot set. ESTERBAUER, who has been a star in this 5th game with 2 big goals and so far pitching a shutout.
Great save. Great reaction save there from Andreas. Certainly has been handy today, Andy.
Shot just wide of the goal. It is not over. Dos Santos, Miguel Dos Santos needs to continue to fight. He just can't hold on to the pass. Of course, when these French players play here in France, a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah.
Hundstorfer does get up. Good set, or does he? No, he comes back with that quick push kick.
We talk about home field advantage, but is it an advantage at times? There's that added pressure. Because I'm sure if it's not putting your opponent off, it will add pressure to you.
Hervé able to keep that one out of the goal, send it down the other end, and again, Andreas ESTERBAUER was there defensively. ESTERBAUER once again. Fires it into the goal. Andreas ESTERBAUER gets 3 of the 5 as Kevin HUNDSTORFER and Andreas ESTERBAUER of Austria defeat Miguel and Hervé DOS SANTOS in this semifinal match and advance to the finals. Despite the fact, Ben Mason, that it was not one of Kevin HUNDSTORFER's better matches. Thanks to Andreas ESTERBAUER, first the block shot, and then comes back with that angling effort into the goal.
I suppose that's the depth you get by having two men who've been in the final of World Championships in the last 2 years. One won it, one came second. What a great pair.
So we've got our pair of finalists as well. It's going to be Yannick Correa, Carlos de Silva of Luxembourg against Kevin HUNDSTORFER and his partner Andreas ESTERBAUER of Austria.